Something really wrong happened here, baby.
You are 100% wrong.
I really think you're wrong.
You are wrong.
It's wrong, I say.
No kind of Sandy, you're wrong.
All of you are wrong.
Every word of what you just said was wrong.
Right? Wrong.
Wrong. Am I wrong? Wrong.
Wrong, so wrong.
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 Nothing wrong with this stuff at all.
Because it's wrong.
Live from sunny San Diego, California, it's Wrong, a fucked up game show. Let's hear it.
So you guys ready to get to some weird fucked up spots with us tonight? Okay, we're about 2/3 there. I see this whole third is like we haven't had enough espresso martinis yet to justify where we're at. I need everybody. You guys ready to get wrong with us tonight?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Well, speaking of fucked up, we're ready to crown our audience. We're gonna give out an audience prize right now. Audience, you guys ready to potentially win a prize? You perked up very fast, sir. I like that. You're very good. You're very ready to win a prize. Well, did you have a fucked up week? Well, maybe we'll find out if you had the most fucked up week. We asked everybody to tell us about your fucked up weeks. We have one person who really stood out to us, and they're going to be getting our first prize of the night. So you got to make sure you make it loud for this person. This is in 5 words or less. A fucked up week from Claire. This is why Claire's week was fucked up. Pooped my pants, parentheses, diarrhea. That's pretty fucked up. Claire, where are you at, Claire? Right here? Yes! Tyler, can you go ahead and tell Claire what she's won?
You won this VHS copy of Madonna, Justify My Love. I found it on the street, and now it's yours.
By the way, all the prizes tonight Tyler did find on the street across from his apartment back in West Hollywood.
That's true. I'm pretty sure my neighbor died.
And if you're lucky, you could win some more audience prizes too. So don't you worry. Claire and her shit pants are not the only ones who could be up for grabs tonight. Now's the time. We're very excited. We have, like I said, we've got some of the best comedians from in and around San Diego coming down tonight to tell some fucked up jokes to get you in some weird spots. We're going to start off by getting fucked up with these guys, finding out what they think is dark, dirty, and wrong. So let's get fucked up, Tyler. You got to hit it. There we go. This is a good place to clap. This is how you do it in a game show. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get that energy up.
It's your first time. I'm not going to blame you. You got to clap it in between. Yeah.
They've never been to a game show.
Yes.
They've never been to a game show before, Jay. They don't know.
You can be our cue card guy. You can be our guy in between the show. Just hold. If you see him holding up the sign, that means applaud, motherfuckers.
Jay, I like that guy. That's the guy I'm going to fuck after the show.
He's going to see it once, twice, 3 times. All right, you guys, we have, like I said, all of our comedians tonight, we've asked them to tell us some dark jokes, some dirty jokes, all right? It's late. We are going to get a little nasty. You guys ready for this? All right, don't hold back. When people hold back, we get weird about it, and the comics get weird about it because this is a fucked up game show. That's what we're here for, right? Yes, well... Wrong. That's right. Now you figured it out. You guys are smart. I fucking knew it.
Jay's got a Red Bull and he's fucking amped.
I had a Red Bull. I have been awake since 3 a.m. I came in from a bachelor party and abandoned my friends in Austin, Texas for this, okay? They could have all drowned on Lake Travis by now. I don't give a fuck because you guys are more important.
That's right.
I don't want to go to this wedding. It's in Richmond, Virginia. Come on now. All right, guys, let's go ahead and meet our first contestant. He is adopted. He is also bisexual. Smart move. Fill the void left from being abandoned by your parents by fucking everybody. Very smart move. Make some noise for Paul Ober, everybody. Paul
Ober!
Oh, what's going on, San Diego? This is awesome. Cheers. Fuck you, Jay. Oh, man. I just got I was watching the Westminster Dog Show. You guys ever watch that? You know what I'm talking about? Or as they call it in some East Asian countries, the Great British Baking Show. All right, we're rolling. This is good. Something about me, something that can unite the crowd. I am adopted. Anybody here adopted? Raise your hands. Fuck you guys, that's fine. That silence is strange. My parents loved me. Actually, you guys don't know if your parents loved you or not. At least my parents have a receipt. Think about it. I'm a used baby. I know what I am. You know? Any of you guys thinking about buying a used baby? Are you guys together? Yeah? Are you thinking about buying a used baby? Not sure? It's gotcha. You got to be careful, okay? You got to pick the right model, right color. The 90s were more racist than now. Racism is still a big deal. I don't know if you guys have the internet access, but it was pretty bad in the 90s. We can all agree, right? I was bought in 1991, and it cost $40,000 to buy me. Can you believe that shit? And this is a real fact, and you can look this up. In 1991, it cost $20,000 to buy a black baby. Yeah, I had the same reaction as you guys. I looked at my parents, I'm like, you could have got 2 athletes for the price of 1 kid with eczema? You're fucking mental. And I do have eczema, so my skin doesn't even skin, right? You know, and I got asthma, so, you know, my lungs don't even lungs right. I got an English teaching degree, and now I'm a comedian. How old do you think I was when it's like, do you think the doctor practices lemon law? Is there lemon law for babies? And I did just get engaged, everybody. Thank you very much. I did just get engaged to a man. Why didn't you clap the second time, you piece of shit? I love that, because the first part is like, yay, normal life event, something we can all get behind in this crazy world. And then the second part, she's like, he's a faggot, he lied to me. And I'm technically bisexual. You know, not that that fucking matters anymore. Now, I'm bisexual like a homeless person is a person. Republicans don't seem to give a shit. Not anymore. You know, gay engagement rings look a lot like wedding rings. Because you might not be married to the man yet, but you are married to your mom disowning you. Yeah, it's cool. We were dating for 3 years, and my mom finally graduated from calling him that black friend you have to my roommate. Yeah, beautiful thing. It sucks being with the guy that I'm with, though. You know, it does. You know, I mean, we're in love. You know, it's gay, but I'm a masculine acting type of guy. You know, I'm from Massachusetts. I grew up playing hockey. Like, my dad doesn't deserve this. But when I'm around him, it sucks because, you know, he's 6'3", he's 280 pounds, and he's black. Yeah, he only cost me $20,000 though. Can you believe that? It sucks. You know the thing that I miss the most? Being able to walk down the street hand in hand with my significant other and have people who see us at least wonder who the bottom is. They used to ask, it used to be a topic of conversation, like, so, who's doing who, huh? Now, it's physics, right? I don't remember everything about gravity from when I was in high school, but I'm pretty sure I rotate around his dick, if you feel me. I got white people in my DMs all the time. They're like, so, what'd you do for Black Lives Matter? And I'm like, you haven't given up what I have. They're like, well, I was at a march with 1 million people at it. I'm like, yeah, well, I got a march of 1 million dead babies on my back right now. It's crazy. After about 20 minutes, you can't even tell the difference between that and the eczema. Every time I go to the beach, I gotta pretend it's sand. All right, that's my time. Thank you guys so much. My name's Paul Ober.
Keep it going for Paul Ober.
Paul Ober.
Yes. In case you were ever wondering, what would Bill Burr be like if he was a little gayer? You found out. All right, let's go ahead and meet your next contestant. You guys ready to meet your next contestant? Of course you are. Our next contestant was the first valedictorian of the engineering school at the University of San Diego. And now she wants to do comedy. What a fucking idiot. Make some noise for Rachel Lloyd, everybody. Rachel Lloyd!
the valedictorian. I like to think that I'm a good example that it doesn't matter where you come from, because I started out really good, but I've gone on to just be such an average adult. Did bring my dad here tonight. If you're wondering if I ended up in comedy because my parents traumatized me, I don't know. I'm a comedian and my sister's a funeral director. But we're okay. I did recently get diagnosed with depression. Woo! I've been self-diagnosed for I'm 28, so 28 years. But I realized I needed to see a doctor when I was making my vision board for the year. You guys know what vision boards are? It's what white ladies make in January. It's where you cut out a bunch of stuff from a magazine, slap it on a poster, and you're like, this is the year I'm gonna have. And mine was just really different than my friends'. Because my friends' vision boards were like, get engaged, go to Paris, have a baby. And mine was just like, stop crying! And keep in mind, they don't have that as a headline in most cosmopolitans. So I was cutting out individual letters, ransom note style, just leave your house. It would be a shame if something happened to you. Leave $50,000 in the trash can on the corner of Mission and Garnett. That one was weird even for me. So I went to the doctor, I told her how I was feeling, and she's like, you're super depressed. Like, what have you been doing this whole time? I'm like, I'm good, I got hella coping mechanisms, you know? I work out so hard I can't think. I avoid tall buildings. And if you just use an ice roller while you're crying in the car, by the time you get out, nobody knows. So she put me on some medication. I'm part of the Prozac posse now. But she told me it was going to take a whole month to kick in, so I decided to track my mood while I was, waiting to feel like a human. Do you guys care if I read you a little bit from my mood journal? This is more for me than it is for you. January 21st. Crying while looking up affirmations on Google. Parenthesis, new low, question mark, end parenthesis. January 22nd. Crying while listening to Christian rock. Parenthesis, new low, period. End parenthesis. February 10th. I giggled today. I actually giggled today. Have you guys giggled before? It's fantastic. Oh my gosh, I've tried drugs. This is better. Parenthesis, improvement, question mark? End parenthesis. And I'm looking around the audience as I tell this, and I can tell that some of you can't relate. And honestly, I would be happy for you if I was capable of being happy for other people. Which I'm not yet, but I'm hoping I will be soon. It's still an up and down journey. The other day I found out a friend of mine was getting married, and the same day I found out another friend of mine had died. And it's just really hard seeing people do the things you want to do. Like I said, my sister is a funeral director. I asked her if I could come shadow her for the day at work. I thought there'd be some good comedy content. And she said I can't because there's grieving families, and that's rude. So I need to figure out a way to get in there without her permission. And well, there's only one way to do that. Anyways, this is my last show this weekend. I'll be spending the rest of the week in a 72-hour psych hold. I've been Rachel Lloyd. Thank you, guys.
Rachel Lloyd!
Rachel Lloyd!
Keep it going for Rachel. She needs it. She needs this.
She's sad.
Sad and tall. What a horrible combo. Unfortunate. I'm over here being sad and short. Ah, damn. I thought it was going to be better on the other side. All right, you guys really got our last contestant. He describes himself as a stand-up comedian, a cooking and weed enthusiast, and a fashion icon. That is a profile description on his TikTok account that has 81 followers and 75 total likes. Make some noise for Nate Robinson Jr., everybody.
Nate Robinson Jr.
I do. So, yeah, obviously I'm a pretty weird fella. I was actually like the last of my friends growing up to lose their virginity. Because like I said, I was weird. I mostly just like sat around and watched as they all got molested before me. I was a really patient kid. I recently got out of a long-term relationship, and yeah, happens to the best of us. But one of the things I've noticed being newly single is the double standard that some of us lonely single people face compared to those in loving relationships. And one of the biggest ones that stood out to me has me wondering, like, why is it cool to have sex in certain situations, but it's creepy if you jerk off in those same situations? All right, like, say you work at a mall, right? You work at a mall, and your coworker catches you in the stock room having sex with the cashier from Victoria's Secret. All right? Exactly. Probably give that guy a high five, right? Exactly. Now, if that same coworker were to catch you in the back doing the 5-knuckle shuffle to a Victoria's Secret catalog, you will never get a high five from that person again, right? Right? Exactly. Or say you're on an airplane, right? If you're on an airplane and you have sex, you instantly become a member of the prestigious Mile High Club, which, from the looks of it, no one here is a member. We got a lot of vanilla sex life people in this room tonight. But it's like everyone's heard of it and they know about it, right? Now, the only thing that you get if you get caught stroking the stork at 30,000 feet underneath one of those little airplane blankets, the only thing you get is a fast pass to the no-fly list. Guaranteed. I can no longer fly Delta now. Or say you're at a house party, right? You're at a house party, you pass out, and you wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of your best friend having sex with somebody they met at the party earlier that night. Now, if you're a good friend, you just roll over, turn around, go back to sleep, maybe with a smile on your face. Talk about it later, right? The way she's laughing, I can tell she's done it. But now, if in that same situation, you were to wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of your best friend churning butter. Look, I'm not going to pretend to know the type of relationship you and your best friend have, but I imagine that there would be some type of fraction in that relationship moving forward, right? Look, all I'm trying to say is that there's a clear double standard here that has yet to be addressed and dealt with, right? You know, that, and I really miss my best friend. I wish he would stop being so childish. It's not like I was thinking about him. Now, before I get out of here, I was actually recently just talking with one of those comics before the show about like we were missing the times when the government would like give us free money and shit. And like, yeah, that was cool and all, but I don't know, was anybody else as disappointed with the pandemic as I was? Right? Like some of you? Like I feel like ever since the beginning, you know, they were ramping it up, saying that people were dying left and right. And I don't know about you guys, but not a single person who I wanted to die actually got taken out by this dreadful, dreadful disease. Anyway, that's been my time. My name is Nate Robinson Jr. Give it up for Jay Light.
Nate Robinson Jr., everybody.
Nate Robinson Jr. Jay, that's a man who has Googled synonyms for jacking off, for sure.
Yes. He has a thesaurus with stuck-together pages, for sure. He's been doing his research. This is what I appreciate about Nate. Make some noise for all of the contestants you've seen tonight. Let's bring them all back up here. Please make it loud for Paul Ober, Rachel Lloyd, and Nate Robinson Jr.
Make it loud for him, folks.
By the way, we have two people who just walked in and probably have no idea what the fuck is happening in the show. Guess what? You like game shows?
Yes.
You like dark humor?
Yes.
Perfect. That's all you need. I'm just going to let you figure the rest out on your own. That's going to be good. Folks, we have our contestants. How you guys feeling?
Great.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yes. Fuck yeah, indeed, guys. Tyler has been keeping track of the scores. Like I said, Tyler is keeping track of how funny and fucked up everybody's being tonight. That's how we're telling scores. How's everybody doing after the first round, Tyler?
All right, well, Jay, Rachel and Nate, 500 points. And for the most fucked up set, for all the, you know, buying his black dad, etc., we have Paul, 600 points. 600 point for you, Paul.
Yeah! Wolf of Wall Street, Chesapeake, what's going on here? Sell subprime mortgages after this? Well, folks.
He's like that whenever he mentioned a slave auction, Jay. Continue on. Hey, the show's wrong. All right, go on.
All right. Well, folks, we're going to go ahead and start playing some games now. We're going to get into our first round. This is a round called Entweetment, everybody. Yes. This is where applause sign guy, come on, do your shit. Yes. I like this.
I like that guy.
I like that guy.
I'm going to Google how to bottom for you, buddy. I'm going to do it.
This is good. I don't have to give Tyler a ride home tonight. This is going to be great. Entweetment is a round where we looked at all of our comedians' old social media posts, because comics, we say a lot of shit on social media. Most of it bad. Most of it very bad. And most people have the wherewithal, smart people like you guys, if you have social media, you might hold back. You might delete some stuff if you said something that was a little bit out of pocket. You're laughing like you had an HR violation waiting to happen. That you're like, I gotta nip this thing in the bud. Not us, because we don't have an HR department, so we just let that shit fly. And nobody's deleted some things, and we're gonna find some questionable posts out of these people's pasts. We're gonna bring them up. We're gonna make them guess what they really said versus what we made up. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. You guys. Yeah, is you guys okay? Are you okay?
I've intentionally, over the last few years, tried to not delete any of my old social media posts, just to remind myself how much I've grown over the past 15 years. But there's definitely a lot of cringeworthy shit in my past. So
believe me, I know. I've scrolled back.
You have.
Rachel, Paul, how are you two feeling?
I'm pretty bad at controlling my facial expression when I'm uncomfortable, so you'll see.
Paul, what about you?
I'm excited because I have stuff from 3 months ago that I'm ashamed of.
That's perfect. And I don't want anybody to feel weird about this, because I don't want to be better than you guys, right? We're going to start off with one of my tweets and see if you can guess what I actually said. And I have no idea what this is. My minions, my producers who do the show, they never tell me what it is beforehand. Oh, okay. Very handy that my girlfriend is on her period today. Blank. 4 likes, no retweets. I said this at 11:12 a.m., March 27th, 2016. Oh my God. I can't even, I have to try to remember what I was doing at that time in my life.
I think a lot of jerking off, apparently.
At least for that one day, for sure. That was probably a 4-bagger kind of a day, is my guess.
Absolutely.
I have no idea what this could be. I have no fucking clue. If you guys have some options, we're gonna show you some real one real tweet, 2 fake ones. You guys are gonna get a chance to guess, and then I will guess after you. Let's see what we got. Option 1. And not yesterday when we were hiking in bear country. Hashtag Winnie the Pad. Okay. Option 2. This egg hunt will be a snap. Hashtag Happy Easter.
Oh, that could have been Easter. It's like late March.
Yeah, could have been Easter.
I'm investigating.
We got
I watch
option.
a lot of Jeopardy.
I like that. That's a good option.
They dip the eggs in, actually.
I figured you ran out of paint, so.
Yeah, I used to date a all natural kind of vegan chick at this time in my life.
It was hairy blood. I got you.
Yeah. Option 3. Because that pregnancy scare was about to get miscarried down the stairs. Hashtag Plan C. I mean...
So I have a quick question. Was this still drinking, Jay?
No, this was sober. Jay.
Sober, so okay. So
yeah,
this is sober. Jay.
I was about a year. I was not a full year. I was about 6 months sober at this point.
Ooh, so still like a lot of built-up animosity during that time, probably.
Probably.
Hey, I have a question.
Somebody's saying clearly over there. They immediately thought it was some miscarriage one.
Yeah, I have a question, Jay. Was this still like kicking women down the stairs, Jay, or when you moved?
I'm not gonna dignify that with an answer, Tyler.
All right, then I know what time it was. All right.
Oh boy. Yeah, you guys. I'm gonna let y'all guess. If you want to ask more questions, like
Yeah,
Nate did.
Jay, I'm looking at you and I'm wondering if you've ever been on a hike.
And listen, if I've never been on a hike, am I strong enough to kick a woman down the stairs? That's an important question, all right? I don't know if I have the leg muscles. We'll see. What do we think?
I don't know. It can't be this last one because that's fucking amazing. And it deserves way more than 4 hearts. There's no way that tweet doesn't go viral. That would have made you. You wouldn't be here. So no, that's not it.
I mean, that's an election year, too. So
That's an election year.
Hot topic. I think I know which one it is, but I'm going to let y'all guess first. Paul, Rachel, Nate, which one do you think is the real tweet?
What was the second one?
Second one was the Easter egg.
The Easter egg?
Yes.
Nah, I think it's the first one.
Okay. Rachel?
I'm using a process of elimination. We think you have weak legs.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't be the hiking and it can't be the kicking someone down the stairs. I'm going Easter.
Easter egg it is.
I'm actually going the first one, Winnie the Pad. Also.
Oh.
It's the hashtag that's kind of selling it for me. That's
a good hashtag. I think I'm going to kind of go with Rachel's thought here. I think because this might have been an Easter time tweet, I feel like this is an Easter tweet. I'm going to go with the Easter egg one. It is! It's the Easter egg one! Yeah, it's also the least funny one. You guys are right. You don't have to laugh at that.
I wanted it to be that one so bad.
I want it to be that one so bad, too. I'm just going to have these scrawny fucking chicken legs. That's what it is. Well, let's go ahead and give Rachel a few points for that. And we're going to go ahead and move on to Paul Ober. Paul, you ready to get Entweeted? Get yourself in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Thanks
let's
so
do
much
it.
for Paul, everybody. Okay, Paul. We have found a tweet that you tweeted back in 2020.
Oh, no.
Pre-COVID, technically like very pre-COVID. Like we're about to get in there. This is 10:03 p.m., January 1st, 2020. Blank, I think the liberals are winning. No likes, no retweets. Yeah, we know things are bad when I am doing the better numbers than any of the comments on the show. What were you doing at this time in your life, Paul?
Being depressed, I'm pretty sure. What was it, 2020? Oh, I was fundraising for Save the Children back then. You know that Key and Peele sketch? where they're standing outside and they bring the kids around the van.
Yeah.
I was driving the van. No, I was No, I was one of those assholes outside, like, hey, you want to help some kids? And they would say no, and I'd be like, no, okay, go fuck yourself. Like, that would be me.
You were like ringing the bell, but like post Christmas.
No, I fucking hate the Salvation Army. They're a bunch of posers. No, they don't do shit. They just make you feel sorry for them, and then they put it into hats.
What a time to be a part of literally any other charity, right? When COVID comes and you're like, can we save these kids? You should have fucking worked harder to save these kids. Let's see if we can guess what this one is. Now, Paul, remember, if you know what it is out of the options, don't say it until the very end, because Rachel and Nate are going to get a chance to guess first. Option 1. I just watched the ESPN Top 10 Plays of the Day, and hashtag handball made number 1. I think the liberals are winning. Option 2. I just saw an old man throw away all of his hashtag Washington Redskins merch. I think the liberals are winning. Option 3. I told a woman I was hashtag bisexual and she high-fived me instead of demanding I get tested. I think the liberals are winning. Now, you've been staring intensely at Paul. You've been trying to think about this one the whole time. You're trying to gauge which one it is. You're reading his body language. Paul, do you have an inkling of what it is?
I think I do. I think I know what it is.
Well, we're going to go to Rachel and Nate first.
Okay, I don't know anything about sports. Does anyone know when handball season is? I'm investigating. No?
I don't think it has a
When
season.
did they stop being the Redskins and start being the Washington football team? Great football team name. Does anyone know? You're at a comedy show. You don't know anything about the sport. 2020.
It's 2020.
About that time.
Okay, so that timing could have been right.
Could
I
have been
like
right.
that.
Okay.
But I like the last one. I think it's fun. So I'm going last one.
All right, we're going with high fives instead of checking that prep. Nate, what do you got? What do you think's the real deal?
There's no way in hell handball could ever be number 1 on any fucking list. So if that were to be the case, I would give up watching sports. So I'm gonna go with the second one on that one. Yeah, it has to be the Redskins, because a lot of people did that dumb shit, like burn the stuff they already paid for.
Paul, which one do you think's the real one?
I think it's the first one because it enraged me.
Let's see if it's the first one. It is the first one. It
Get
is
the
handball.
fuck out of here.
What is handball?
Handball?
Handball is basically a prison sport. Handball's a sport for people in prison.
That's
and
proper
people...
That's proper thing to be enraged about, because I'm furious right now. Like, I want to throw
it
my
racquetball but with your hand?
Pretty much. It is an Olympic sport. Yeah, it is an Olympic sport. You can't.
Yeah,
play
in
it.
Germany. Fuck those people.
Fun country.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen it in real life? Where'd you see them playing it? Because
Jesus
Paul's gonna go
Christ.
beat the shit out of all
Are
those
you
people.
on the Olympic
Yeah.
team?
Do you remember what the play was that was the top play?
I don't remember that, but I do remember that I was a liberal before I saw that.
Turn the tide. Turn
Yeah.
the tide. Fair enough.
And now I started saying like, oh, well, both sides have their faults.
Well, everybody makes noise for Paul Ober, everybody.
Thanks.
Paul's making some points for himself. And Rachel, it is your turn to get Entweeted. Get yourself on in there.
Gosh.
Now, here's the thing with Rachel. Rachel does not have a Twitter.
I wish I did.
Rachel barely started her Instagram for comedy purposes very recently. I'm assuming you might have had some for college. You deleted some posts, maybe?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Yeah.
I have like a separate Instagram
You got a
account.
Finsta.
I have my personal Instagram.
Okay.
I deleted my Finsta. I said 3 accounts was too much.
3 Instagram accounts?
No, now I only have 2, like a grown-up.
That's the most Gen Z shit I think I've heard.
Oh my God, thank you. He thinks I'm young.
We did go to your Facebook page,
Oh, that's so much worse.
which you very kindly added me as a friend so I could find this weird post that you made in July 8th, 2010.
Oh gosh.
Blank, it's hard to keep the idea that you live in a nice neighborhood.
8 likes.
8 likes and 16 comments. Like, this is solid gold. This is the most engagement we've seen on a long time. Like, you're putting up Aparna Nancherla numbers for this show.
What was it? 3 minority families in this neighborhood. It's hard to keep the idea that it's nice to live in a nice.
Does this have anything to do with my fiance?
I am from a town called Beaverton, Oregon.
Oh, it's definitely the minority thing.
Lots of lesbians there.
Yeah, Rachel, what were you doing at this time in your life?
It was July 2010, so it would be the summer between 10th and 11th grade.
Okay. And you have, and I will say, you have a very, even a
16
very wholesome,
comments.
Yeah.
It was a lot of engagement.
Yeah, this is
engagement. This is a very wholesome. We had to dig to find something that was even close.
I don't know what it is. I'm really nervous.
Right. I'm very excited. Well, let's see our first option. Remember, if you think you know what it is, hold off, because Paul and Nate will get a chance to guess first. Option 1. The second time a meth lab explodes on your block, it's hard to keep the idea that you live in a nice neighborhood. Been there, yeah. Option 2. When a 4th strip club opens by your house, it's hard to keep the idea that you live in a nice neighborhood. All right, less fans of strippers in the room. It's
an up and coming neighborhood because aren't they all like trying to be lawyers and doctors and shit? So like, I feel like this is a real good neighborhood.
Yeah, everybody, all those girls with masters trying to get masters, right? We got option 3. After your dentist tries to put his whole fist in your mouth, it's hard to keep the idea that you live in a nice neighborhood.
What do you have, a mobile dentist? Is this like 1876? You got a fucking motherfucker driving up on a horse and carriage with a dentist tooth on top, strolling up to your house.
Beaverton, Oregon. That's the end of the Oregon Trail. You never know.
Fair.
Was your dentist the same guy who was the medical guy for the U.S. women's gymnastics team?
How is that the thing that gets booed? Is there anything we've said on this show so far?
I'll tone it down. Jesus.
That is wrong. Thank you. It is wrong. We appreciate it. Do not tone it down. Tone it up, if anything, Paul.
Okay.
Rachel, we're going to give you a second to think on it.
I know which one it is now.
Okay, cool.
I know which one it's real.
Cool. Paul, Nate, which one do you think it is?
I think the only one that 16 comments Nate likes, that divided the crowd. You know, and the only one I think people would argue about on social media is probably the strip club thing. I think people would probably back in 2010 people hated strippers more actually.
There's no way.
No, but I think it's a strip club one. Okay.
What was the first one again?
The first one
Meth
was
lab.
a meth lab. Yes. Speaking as someone who did have a meth lab in his suburb, it's not too far off of a guess.
I'm gonna go with that one. I think the meth lab as my answer because Beaverton, I could see a lot of fun. Yeah, like I feel like there could be quite, and I feel like that's one she'd remember right away. Like, oh yeah, there was 2 fucking explosions in a 6-week span.
Paul, do you want to change your guess? Or are you gonna lock in with what you got?
No, never give up, never surrender.
Rachel, which one's the real one?
I will say, not my neighborhood, but my best friend from high school's neighborhood did have a few meth labs. It was the strip clubs.
Yeah!
On my way to school, I would go by Pussycats, LA Girls, Stars Cabaret. I don't remember the 4th one. Shit.
What's the population in Beaverton? Like roughly
90,000.
So you got like fucking.
And it was like a 7-minute drive to school.
So the 4th one was your mom's house.
Whoa!
So instead of technical school, you guys just went to the strip club for 7th and 8th period.
Or you go to the strip club where they might not be having their 7th and 8th period. You
Miss-
never know.
Missed opportunity for Beavertown, the strip club.
Oh!
Make some noise for Rachel Lloyd, everybody. Good job, Rachel. Nice work. Yeah, I grew up literally. I had a neighbor who made meth in my suburb in Texas.
Did you get any?
No, we didn't find out until it was too late. All right, Nate, let's get you Entweeted. Nate Robinson here, everybody. Nate, we went to your Twitter and we found this tweet. May 22nd, 2018. I miss the good old days. Blank. # Make America Great Again. Had 1 like, no retweets.
Sounds about right.
This is 2018, May 22nd, 6:30 p.m. What were you doing at this time in your life?
I was fucking single.
For Trump?
I was single as fuck and living in my car. So that was that probably came at a real good time. I was definitely stoned. Yeah, so I have no idea what the fuck I said at that point.
Okay, that's what I like to hear for this game. Let's see some options. Option 1, when women were in the kitchen and not asking me if I voted for Hillary. Hashtag make America great again.
Hate questions.
Option 2, when bullied kids fantasized about killing ourselves as opposed to the whole class. Hashtag make America great again. I just wanted to, that makes sense, right? That's pretty good.
That's actually sound thinking.
Yeah. I like that got roughly a similar reaction from the crowd as the Larry Nassar reference did, so we know where everybody's loyalties lie. Option 3, before white people made Kanye bipolar. Hashtag
It's definitely Kim's fault, I will say that.
Nate, we're going to let you think on this one for a second.
Okay. I've smoked a good amount of weed. I think I know what it is.
Okay. Paul, Rachel, which one do you think is a real tweet?
I do feel like this was. Sorry, I'm really getting investigative.
No, I love this. This
I
is good.
feel like this was around the time that Kanye was really slipping downhill.
Oh, yeah.
I think around the gospel album time.
Yeah, he announced his presidential run for sure by this point.
This was Sunday service. This was him shaking hands with Trump at the White House. It was a time to be alive, and I'm going Kanye.
Okay.
I try to avoid racial topics, but I think it's the Kanye one. Yeah.
Blame Kim.
Nate, which one do you think is a real tweet?
Oh, I know which one is the real tweet.
Oh, then what is it?
The real tweet is the when bully kids fantasize about killing ourselves versus the whole class. That had to be around the Texas one or one of those.
It could have been the Texas one. It could have been the Florida one.
Yeah, it could have been a lot of them. Just Google the date. I'm sure it'll line up with some school shooting for sure. Yeah.
Everybody make some noise for Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
Nice work. Wow. You guys are crushing it. This is great. That was Entweetment. And now we have some scores. Tyler, how's everybody doing?
Very good, Jay. Tied for third place, Rachel and Nate with 1,000 points, and leading with the most tweets gotten correct. It's Paul with 1,300 points.
Nice, Paul. Very good stuff. Okay, guys. We have done this show here a few times now. This is our 4th time here, but this is a brand new first for San Diego. You guys are in for a real treat. We're debuting a brand new game tonight. Yes, nice, yes, very exciting. Now, you guys may have heard of Dear Abby, right? Dear Abby, everybody's favorite advice columnist. She's still around. She's still kicking. She's giving advice.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, I know.
It's mostly
Is that
white
some
people.
I don't know who that is
Some
either.
white people shit.
white-
Okay.
it's
It
white
is some white
ladies,
people.
so-
Okay.
Yeah, make some
I
noise
thought-
if you know who Dear Abby is. Make some noise if you know.
Tepid.
Tepid applause. Worse than I thought it was going to be. Dear Abby is an old white lady who basically writes for newspapers and gives people advice. They ask advice, they give it to her. There's a few other advice columnists out there, just like Dear Abby. This is what she looks like.
She looks like she'll give us some good advice on speaking to the manager.
Yeah, this is before. I feel like if it was now, she would be Dear Karen for sure. I feel like that's the strong. But we have, of course, AI has started to take over. AI could be taking a lot of people's jobs, including advice columnists like Dear Abby. So that's why we're going to do a new game tonight where we ask AI for bad advice called Fear Abby, everybody. Or Fear AIB. Tyler insisted that we put the tiny I after the A.
I fucking love it.
Well, I already fear her because she looks like the type of woman that would call the cops on me if I was bird watching in New York. So I already have some fear built up.
The way this game is going to work is we're going to require a little bit of participation from you lovely people in the audience. See, we know that everybody here has probably got maybe a couple problems you might want to ask Dear Abby about or Fear Abby about. Now, don't worry. This is all going to be bad advice. We're asking to see if she can give you bad advice. We don't trust this AI to give you good advice. But we also think that humans are better than AI, which means they're definitely better at giving bad advice than a fucking robot is. So these comics are going to try and give you worse advice than the robot. They're going to beat that bot. They're going to beat that bot. Yes. They're going to beat the bot. You ready? Are you all ready? Yeah. Who has a question? Who has some advice that they would like to seek tonight? Raise your hands. Anybody have a question they need to ask? Anybody have a thing? You're pointing. You're really trying to get somebody else. Our cue card guy. He keeps looking around.
He looks like he has a lot of problems, so I mean.
Who has a question? It doesn't have to be that complicated.
There's no way you guys are all fucking perfect.
Yeah. Yes, right here. Hold on, let me come to you, sir. What's your name? Freddie. Make some noise for Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie.
Woo! Now, Paul, you go ahead and take the stand because you're going to be giving Freddie some advice right along with the AIB.
Okay.
Now, Tyler is going to ask ChatGPT in the back at the same time as Paul is going to give you the bad advice. You're going to give the bad advice first.
Okay.
And you're going to see how Tyler and ChatGPT do. So, Freddie, what do you need advice about?
I'm trying to smoke less weed.
I liked how you almost said I'm trying to quit smoking weed, and then you're like, I know myself. I need to scale back a little bit. All right, so he needs advice. Freddie needs advice on how to smoke less weed. Paul, what is your bad advice on how to smoke less weed?
I think this is perfect advice for you. So what happens when you smoke weed, right? You're an adult now, right? So you get anxiety when you smoke. And every time you smoke, you start looking at like past mistakes and stuff like that, right? And it's not a good time, right? Am I on the dot with that? So this is what you got to do. You have to murder somebody. And then every time you smoke weed, you'll think about the murders. You'll never want to smoke weed again. The other piece of advice I have to give you, what's the most that you've like ever smoked before? It's hard to say? You have a bad job, don't you? Okay. So here's the thing. Whatever the most that you've ever smoked before, okay? I want you to take all of that weed, I want you to triple it and put it in a Nerd's gummy rope. And I want you to eat that after 12 beers. Now, the next morning, you're not going to be able to mulch your sister's yard with your parents like you promised. Okay?
Sounds like
and then this is a fake thing. This is not something that's happened to me. Very specifically. My fiance's judging me so much right now. But yeah, that's my piece of advice for you. How is that, Freddie? Does that help? All right, there we go.
All right, well, now we're going to see. So Paul's advice were murder and disappoint your family, basically. Tyler, what does AIB say?
Here it is, Jay. Smoke only when driving to increase your focus and concentration on the road. Replace your regular joints with larger ones to make each session more efficient. Keep your weed stash in plain sight to remind yourself to smoke less often. That's it, Jay.
That's it. All right. Do we think that Paul gave the best advice? Make some noise if you think Paul gave the best bad advice. And make some noise if you think Dear Abby gave the best bad advice. Anybody? No, Paul beat the bot. Nice work.
Yeah! Fuck that bot!
Freddie, thank you. You got a copy of The Graduate on VHS for giving us some good advice.
Is it all VHSs?
Is there a sex scene in that movie?
It's mostly VHSs. There is a sex scene in that movie.
Nice.
All right, who's next? Who wants to get some advice from the AI? Yes, right here. Miss, what is your name? Mia. Hi, Mia. Rachel, you're going to be giving Mia some advice.
I'm excited.
Now, Mia,
Yes, you should leave him.
Mia, what can we help you with tonight? Oh, how the fuck do you get a green? Mia, where are you from? England. Okay.
And you want to come here?
Wait, you're trying to get him a green card to England?
It was something.
It's So, yes, how can we get Mia a green card? What's the best advice?
Absolutely.
The best bad advice for how to get Mia a green card?
So I work with a lot of people with green cards. They're Indian software engineers. I think you team up with me. We do a little heist. We steal one of these. You didn't say it needed to be a green card with your name on it, to be clear. How would you feel about being like a Parth or a Rahul? You're smiling. Is this a...
If it works, it works.
I can get you a green card. That's all I'm saying. You talk to me after the show.
I like that. Rachel willing to commit fraud and go to federal prison, perhaps. Let's see what Fear Abby said. Tyler, what is Fear Abby's advice?
It says, marry someone you barely know just for the sake of getting a green card. Love can wait, but immigration can't. Bribe immigration officials for expedited processing. Money talks, especially in bureaucracy. And one more, overstay your visa and live in the shadows, hoping immigration enforcement won't catch up with you. That's good advice.
I have one more piece of advice. If you get assaulted in the United States so badly that you're like hospitalized, they will give you a green card out of like guilt. So that's another option.
That's good advice.
Let's beat the shit out of Mia.
I will say this. In my day job, I am an immigration officer who is looking for a wife. So...
All right, folks, let's hear it. Do we think Rachel gave the best bad advice? Make sure if you think Rachel gave the best bad advice. Do we think Fear Abby gave the best bad advice? Make sure you think it was Fear Abby. Oh, I like
Fuck
her
the
booing the
robot.
robot. Yeah, fuck that robot. Rachel Lloyd, beat the bot. And Mia, thank you for taking some advice. You're gonna get, this actually might be helpful. Gentlemen prefer blondes, but gentlemen marry brunettes. A copy of the book.
That's from a dead person. Pretty cool.
All right.
I've always considered myself a gentleman.
So Nate's gonna be giving our final piece of advice. Who needs some advice? Who wants to get some final advice before we get out of this game? Anybody? Right? Oh, Diarrhea Girl. Hi, Claire. It's your diet. That's the main piece of advice. What?
What do you do when you have a stomach ache?
What do you do when you have a stomach ache?
Well, the worst advice, are you lactose intolerant? What gave you this stomach ache? I mean, a lot of this depends on, I would say the best advice for if you do have a stomach ache, drink as much Hennessy as you possibly can. And then on top of that, you're very white, so I would say eat a lot of spicy food. Maybe stuff with red dye 40. And Four Loko to boot. Yeah, that would be my advice.
Nice. Really fuck them guts up. All right. What does Fear Abby say to give Claire for a stomach ache?
Eat a large meal of spicy food to burn away the pain. Take expired or leftover medication from your medicine cabinet. It's probably still good, right? That's it.
All right, that is it. Do we think that Nate gave the better advice than Fear Abby? I mean, I'm not even going to ask. That is definitely Nate. Definitely beat the bot. Congratulations, Nate. And congratulations, Claire. You win a copy of Annie Hall on VHS.
Oh!
Isn't that a Woody Allen movie?
It is a Woody Allen movie.
All right.
Watch it
national
during your
treasure.
next diarrhea sesh, Claire. We got you taken care of. Folks, that was Fear Abby. Fear AIB. Make some noise for these comics as they've done so well in this game. But we got one more game before we take it home, and this is one of my favorite games. This is the Discomfort Zone, everybody. Oh, yeah. It's getting intense. Because we've seen some weird stuff about every single one of these people who's on stage tonight. We've dug deep. We've gone on the internet. We have questions, uncomfortable questions we need to ask. And we're going to start off with Paul Ober. Paul, you are in the hot seat. Please take the stand. We're very curious about something for you, Paul.
Excellent.
So we did a little digging. We did a little rabbit hole time. We found your YouTube channel, first of all.
Oh, no. Yeah!
This is not a successful YouTube channel by any means. This has
No.
51 subscribers, 13 videos. This is a video with 37 views. There's not a lot of people who want to watch your comedy vlogs and skits and podcasts. Nobody wants to see it.
Jay, I believe we were like 4 or 5 of those views.
Yeah, this had 30 views before we started the research for this segment. This is a video, this is inside the racist white family's home. We're gonna just show a little bit of this clip at the very beginning.
Wake up, Ober. I got something to tell you.
Hey, you always trying to scare me.
You know how we hate blacks?
Yeah.
And the gays?
Yeah.
And women, but not as much?
Yeah.
Well, what if I told you there exists a gay black woman? Jesus wouldn't do that.
Now I will say this.
37 views, Jay.
Let's be honest, 31 views.
There's more views in this room than watched
true.
it.
There are more people who bought tickets to the show tonight than have watched that video. We just doubled your view count without having to do anything.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. We're happy to help. We had, I had to take issue with this because here's the thing. I grew up in the South. You're doing a Southern accent in this video. And I know you're from Massachusetts, from Boston?
Not from Boston. I'm about 40 minutes west.
Okay. I mean, for the purposes of this game, you're from Boston.
All right. That's everybody
so he knows
in LA.
what it's like to be racist.
Yeah, exactly. Boston, we Googled it. Boston is the most racist city in America. Everybody knows. If you Google most racist city in America, Boston comes up most of the time.
Yeah, but if you look closely at all these articles, they're bullshit.
I mean, listen, we know Boston's got a rate. You also talked about the gays in that video. We know that Boston is not a huge fan of them. We saw they had a Straight Lives Matter rally a couple years ago.
Straight Lives Matter.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I had a few uncles
shark?
at that.
That's a Left Shark from the Katy Perry music video.
I was gonna say it looks like Left Shark.
What the fuck is Left Shark?
Well, it's not Right Shark.
Well, that actually is more like alt-right shark. That's the way this guy turned out. Tyler, let's play that clip again. Let's crank the volume so we can hear what what the shark says.
Paul, was that you?
I do like getting dressed up.
Whoa.
Straight lives matter. What does that mean to you?
Nothing. All lives matter. You know, gay lives matter, straight lives matter. Everyone's lives matter except for socialists.
Very fun times. Now, we know, as somebody who's a former resident of Massachusetts, of Boston, for the purposes of this segment, you also, as you mentioned, you have a black fiance. Look at this. Lovely couple there. Look at that. I know he's in the building. Sydney's in the room tonight. Sydney, make some noise for Sydney.
Give it up!
Engaged. Congratulations.
Is he hiding in front of the shirt or something? Where is this black fiance? Half black. Half black. All right.
He says half black, but you never hear about the half white part.
I thought he said Affleck, so all right.
I thought both of those were you.
Yeah, that does kind of look like a face-tuned version of you. Like something like you're just like, how would it look if I was half black instead?
Yeah, well, some people jack off in the mirror and some people marry it, you know? This is...
Lucky man, lucky man.
Now, our question for you, Paul.
All right, I'm excited.
Knowing the history of Boston, knowing how they feel about bisexuals, about black people, about all the kinds of things that we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Our question. What upsets Bostonians more? You marrying a black man or you marrying a black man?
Man. It really depends on which side of my family you ask. I don't know. So, in my experience, I think it's black man, because that's heavily the side that my mom's on.
I have a question.
What's up?
Is your husband a really gay black man, or is he a really black gay man?
As really black as half black can be.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know.
I mean, all I'm gonna say is that we had a photo of Jimi Hendrix on the wall, and Liam Neeson was nowhere to be seen. So
Fair. That's a really black gay man.
That's a really black gay man.
That's a really
yeah. So I don't know what upsets Bostonians more. I would say that it's probably marrying a black man. I would say. Man black, I think is what upsets them the most.
Spider-Man's nemesis.
Sydney, what do you think? Call my mom.
Is she up? We could ask. That'd be a great answer.
He knows. He knows.
Yeah, that's my final answer. Lock it in. Can I do?
Locking it in, a black man. That is Paul Ober's final answer. Make some noise for Paul, everybody. Good and uncomfortable. Very nice.
I thought that was going to be so much worse. It was just questions about my life.
That's what they're all going to be. All right, Rachel, it's your turn. Rachel Lloyd getting into the hot seats.
Okay.
So we looked, you found some social media. We looked on your Facebook. We scrolled back. You didn't make a lot of controversial posts yourself, but we found some sorority sister posts. We had one from Catherine here, October 5th, 2015. I bet you thought I forgot about Snapchat revenge. I didn't. And then she posted some photos that you had sent to her in private on Snapchat on your Facebook page. Let's take a look at them right here. So this one, we got you filleting an ice cream over here, a single scoop for a single woman. When half your house had boyfriends, but at least you have hot Cheetos here in the middle. And this one, hey American boys, I'm Rachel, doing very strong serial killer eyes, very strong. You've had Snapchat for, I would imagine, a large...
As long as there's been Snapchat.
Okay, so how many, if you had to ballpark, how many private snaps do you think you've sent over the years?
I mean, that's far too many to count. I would say I send, like now as a 28-year-old, 10 a day. So
You're 28?
Did you think I was older?
Answer correctly, Nate. Nate, don't fuck this up, Nate. Nate!
Yes.
I paid a lot of money for you to not think that.
Whoa, don't bring race into this.
You cannot buy me.
Rachel, I would imagine that over the years there are some other snaps that you might feel a little bit worse about having publicized, made
absolutely.
for Snapchat revenge. Which is why we think it's a great question. So our question for you, Rachel. What Snapchat of yours would be the most mortifying Snapchat revenge?
The thing is, the amount of snaps that I have sent visibly on the toilet. I mean, too many to count.
Out of the 10 a day, how many of them are on the toilet?
No. Now I've moved on. You can just see, if people know my bathroom, they might know I'm in there from the background, but I don't,
If they're on a streak, they're gonna know.
Did you go through an AAV phase?
I don't know what that is.
African American Vernacular English.
Clearly not.
Touche.
Fair enough.
Touche.
I went to USD. If you guys aren't San Diego people, are you from San Diego? Does that tell you all you need to know?
Wait, so you went to college in San Diego?
Yes.
So there's definitely a Snapchat of you singing the exact lyrics to a Kanye West song out there.
I didn't even know Kanye West at the time. I was very sheltered. It was Catholic school.
Oh, that's a good point.
I went to Catholic school too.
So
That's
only
why I'm a good
anal.
dude.
I went to Catholic school. I know what those girls are like.
They're nuts.
Well, apparently Rachel doesn't know what those girls are like, except they're on the toilet.
They're gold diggers, Jay. That's what they are.
Well, do you have anything that you think is like the one moment on the toilet, or the one other time that you're like, if somebody knew that I sent them this, if this was publicized?
I just can't pick just one. Because I used to just be like, hey, I'm here on the toilet, blah, 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 tell you about my day. Like, it was college.
Did you do like poop facts or some shit? Like, poop fact of the day?
No, I wish it had been that.
They weren't even informative. They were
Honestly,
just like,
was everything coming out okay, or were we in a Claire situation where you needed some help, where things were going a little weird? You're like, I got a lot of time to kill in between movements here.
Was there blood in your stool?
I hope not.
You didn't check?
You do check?
What monster doesn't?
Make some noise if you don't often check for blood in your stools. Make some noise. Oh, actually, that's a lot more people than I thought there was going to be.
Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. So when you wipe, you don't like do the occasional look?
What?
You don't look at the wipe real quick? How do you know you're done? How do you know you're done?
You just wipe once and hope that that's it?
I think we've got a little bit off topic, but Rachel Lloyd, everybody.
Madness.
Very solid. Very fun. Yeah, there was a lot more anger about the poop than I thought there was going to be.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, Tyler.
If you have blood in your stool, ChatGPT says apply pressure directly to the affected area to stop the bleeding. It's like applying a Band-Aid, but internally.
Thank you, ChatGPT. All right, Nate. Let's get Nate Robinson Jr. in for the discussion. One more question. One more time for Nate. We have... We were looking on a lot of your stuff. We saw your Facebook, we saw your Instagram, we saw your Twitter. And I'm glad that I've met you a couple times before, because if I didn't know better based on some of the stuff you talked about and posted about, I would have thought you were a white guy. I for sure would have. You posted about so many like concerts that you've gone to. Like you went to see Fun. That's crazy.
I also just want to call out, I'm pretty sure he has a Harry Potter tattoo.
I absolutely do have a Harry Potter tattoo.
Show us that Harry Potter tattoo. Oh boy, yeah, he's
Death
got
Eater.
He's got the dark mark tattooed on his arm.
You know what it is, so I don't know what that says about you.
I mean, I should be the guy who knows about it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, I had parents who loved me. What do you want?
I want that. I want that.
That's true. Yeah, you went to see Fun. You've seen Portugal the Man a number of times. Very white of you. Very white.
Listen.
Wait,
I've seen.
Dad, is that the band Mom loves? My mom's seen them in concert multiple times.
I've seen and actually hung out with a few of the guys in the band 19 times. I've seen. And I have no shame in it whatsoever. It is a lot of times. I'm going again in July to see them in Red Rocks if anybody else wants to tag along.
Oh my God, you're willingly going
Barbara
to Colorado.
will be there.
That's crazy. We got more.
I have friends in Colorado. Go figure.
We got, we saw you. You said Young the Giant with Portugal the Man. You saw Fish. That might be the whitest band I know that you've seen.
I was a tag along for that. Somebody had sweet tickets at Madison Square Garden, and you don't turn down those any point. Yeah.
Okay, now we're turning the tide a little bit here.
Fuck.
We also found some movies and some TV shows that you talked about. You talked about the movie Her.
Yeah.
Even the white people in here are confused by that one. That's really boss. You talked about Toddlers and Tiaras. You talked about Boardwalk Empire. We went to the movies that you chose to like on Facebook. The top two were The Prestige and Rent.
Fuck you.
This is not even your question, but I am curious. What's your favorite song from Rent? Because I know you have one.
Oh, I
don't try.
No, I'm not gonna sing it.
You tell us how many minutes and seconds are in a year or whatever it says.
525,600 on average. The actual statistical breakdown is a bit different than that, but for song purposes, that's what the correct is.
Here's what our question for you is, Nate. Based on everything we learned, without referencing your skin color, can you convince us that you're black?
I have affinity for Jordan sneakers. I have Nipsey Hussle on my t-shirt. I mean, dreadlocks in San Diego isn't as exclusive to black people as it would be in most areas. I played basketball up through junior college. I'm not a very good shooter.
That sounds more white. Oh. So you're kind of going back the opposite direction on that one.
Are you a hustle guy? Okay.
I'm good at stealing and.
All right. I'm convinced.
You know what? I think that's all we need. Make some noise for Nate Robinson, everybody. We also would have ordered 2 Hennessy and cranberries during the show. We're gonna let that one speak for itself. Now Tyler is gonna tabulate the points. We have one final thing before we get out of here. Of course, we're gonna give out our prizes to these wonderful contestants who have done so great at taking us some dark avenues. We did some really good fucked up things tonight. But we want you to come back, and we don't want you to have a weird taste in your mouth. If anything got kind of strange during the show, we want you to get out of here on a nice note. So we're going to have everybody cleanse your palates real quick with a clean, wholesome joke. You guys ready to do one little clean bit of business? Yeah. Come on, you can do better. They're ready to get out of here. Yes. All right, Paul Ober, cleanse our palates. Tell us something clean.
I'm kind of a filthy comic, so this is harder than the rest of the show. You know what I'm tired of right now going on in the world is bad things pretending to be good things. It's riddled with it. We're constantly bombarded by it. One of those things is Joe Biden, right? He's pretending to be president of the United States. When in reality, he's just a 90-year-old white guy, and they can't be trusted. As a white man myself, I know there's an age limit to when I can write a book, All I'm saying is that if you're an old white guy and you lived through the civil rights movement, you didn't try hard enough to help the civil rights movement.
All right, that's a fucking good Paul Ober, everybody. Let's get a clean joke from Rachel Lloyd.
I'm actually a clean comedian, not for any moral reasons. I'm just really repressed. That's not the joke. I was skiing the other day with some new friends, and I was getting to know them. It was kind of loud on the mountain. We were talking about our dating lives, and one of the other girls was like asking me all these questions about what kind of guys I like to date and stuff. And then she asked me, "Would you ever date interracial?" And I was like, weird way to word that question. Actually, yeah. The only serious relationship I've had was with a black guy. And then she looked at me and was like, "What?" And I was like, "What?" And she said I was starting to get to know the inner Rachel.
Make some noise for Rachel Lloyd, everybody. And finally, Nate Robinson Jr.
Before I do my cleanser, I didn't answer your question, Jay. You said what was my favorite song in Rent, because I do have an answer for that.
Of course you do.
It is the Cover You reprise. Towards the end of the play, that is my favorite song.
That's a fucking deep
Now, on to the joke. Originally, I was going to do a bunch of jokes tonight that I have recently written about circumcision. But they got cut, so it's about as clean as I get.
Nate Robinson, everybody. Listen, if you don't stay clean during surgery, bad things could happen to that baby penis. Tyler, where are you at? Oh, Tyler's right there. Okay, Tyler's coming up to give out some prizes. I love this. There we go. We got some prize music. There we go. Tyler, tell everybody what they won.
All right, Jay, in third place with 2,000 points, Rachel Lloyd. You got this book. What should I do with my life?
I feel like I need this.
The answer, in short, not stand-up comedy.
By Poe Bronson. He sounds like he knows.
Again, this is from my dead neighbor, everybody. Second place with 2,200 points, Nate Robinson Jr. You got this book, The Pretty Committee Strikes Back. That's probably from the little girl my neighbor.
Oh, that's a good book.
Are you saying I'm cute?
This is very white of you.
Okay. I don't read, though, so...
You're cute enough to fuck, but not to marry. That goes to Paul. He's first place with 2,300 points. You got this, the Carmen Miranda collection. You know that one with all the fruit on her head? It's that woman. There's 5 DVDs of it.
I'm jealous of that.
Somebody unfortunately did take the best DVD out of the 5 DVD collection. I'm pretty sure it's Tyler's dead neighbor.
I'm pretty sure.
And it's an extra participation tonight. All of our comedians do get an official wrong get out of cancellation free card. Yes. If you ever come knocking on Hollywood, this will be a big laughing matter in whatever meeting you get canceled in. They will not take it, but we will try to make them take it as much as we can. Folks, make some noise for all of your comedians you see tonight. This has been a really fun time. We love coming down here to San Diego, so please make sure you follow us at Wrong Game Show. We will let you know next time we're coming through. You guys have been a wonderful audience. I've been Jay Light. That's been Tyler Mesnerich. This has been Wrong, a Fucked Up Game Show. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Keep wrong and carry on.